Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to unpack the key employee policies at PSGIC. We'll cut right through all the corporate speak and give you the clear, essential info you need. We're talking about making the most of your health benefits, getting a handle on your professional responsibilities, and, of course, planning for your financial future.
Okay, so we've broken it all down into four main parts. First up, a quick executive summary. Then, we'll dive deep into your health and wellness. After that, we'll talk about the rules of conduct and we'll wrap things up with a look at the financial support and loans you can get.
All right, first up, the big picture. Before we get into all the nitty-gritty details, let's just cover the most important takeaways. You can think of this as your cheat sheet for all the policies.
So, when you boil it all down, your benefits package really stands on three main legs. First, you've got great health coverage that even includes modern, advanced treatments. Second, there are super clear guidelines for how we all work together, which keeps things fair for everyone. And third, there's some serious financial support available to help you hit those big life goals.
Okay, now let's talk about your health benefits. This is a really important part of your safety net, right? So we're going to unpack the details of your group Mediclaim insurance scheme. So what happens when you need care that's a bit beyond the standard stuff? Well, a really cool feature of your policy is that it covers what they call Advanced Technology Medical Treatments, or ATMTs. Basically, these are cutting-edge procedures that are often way less invasive and can get you better results. Pretty neat, huh? And the coverage for these treatments is pretty substantial. We're talking up to 50% of your total sum insured, with a cap of 10 lakh rupees for each policy period. That's a huge help.
And check out the range of treatments they cover. It's seriously impressive. You've got everything from advanced cancer therapies like oral chemotherapy and immunotherapy, all the way to super specialized procedures like deep brain stimulation.
And it doesn't stop there. The coverage also includes really cutting-edge surgical options like robotic surgeries. You know, the kind that can mean you're back on your feet way faster. It even covers certain types of stem cell therapy for specific conditions. The policy also helps out with the practical stuff, like actually getting to the hospital. For every single hospitalization, you get a standard ambulance allowance of 5,000 rupees. And what if you need to be transferred to a hospital in another city? You know, something more than 50 kilometers away. Well, that allowance actually doubles to 10,000 rupees to help cover the cost of that longer trip.
Now, this is really interesting. The policy has a very specific and very important part that deals with COVID-19 home care. So, let's say hospital beds are all full. You actually have a daily limit of 20,000 rupees to set up what's basically an ICU at home.
Okay, so to use this benefit, there's a simple three-step process you've got to follow. First, you need that positive RT-PCR test. Second, a doctor has to officially say you need to be hospitalized. And third, you just need to provide confirmation that a hospital bed wasn't available. All right, let's switch gears a bit. We've talked about health. Now let's talk about your professional life. We're diving into the Conduct, Discipline, and Appeal Rules, or just CDA rules for short. These are basically the playbook for professional conduct, making sure the work environment is fair for everyone.
So, you might see this phrase in the documents that sounds kind of old school. Moral turpitude. Yeah, I know. It's really just a legal term for actions that are considered, fundamentally dishonest or unethical. Think things like forgery or bribery.
So to make it super clear, here are some real-world examples of what counts as misconduct. It's a whole range of things, from stuff like always being late or just not doing your work, all the way to more serious things like disorderly behavior on the premises. Now this is absolutely crucial. This whole process is not a one-way street. If you ever get a penalty, you have the right to appeal it. The people reviewing your appeal will look at three key things to make sure the whole process and the final decision were totally fair. And finally, let's talk about something really positive, how the company invests in your future. We're going to look at the financial support you can get for those big life moments, like fixing up your house or going back to school.
So the company offers a couple of different loan programs, and each one has a specific goal. You've got the renovation loan, which is pretty self-explanatory. It's to help you improve your home. It gets paid out in chunks as the work gets done. Then there's the education loan, which helps pay for higher education, and that money goes straight to the school. Now let's take a closer look at the education loan because there are some cool details here. It covers courses from really great institutions, you get 10 years to pay it back, and check this out, there's actually a lower interest rate for female students, which is a fantastic way to encourage and support their education. And the loan terms themselves are designed to be super flexible and secure. For instance, you can pay it off early with zero penalty. And for security, the loan is backed by your terminal dues. That just gives everyone, you and the company, some peace of mind.
Okay, but what if you don't need a huge loan? What about smaller, more immediate financial needs? Well, for those times, you can also get a personal advance of up to 50,000 rupees.
And paying this back is super straightforward. It's just recovered in 25 equal monthly payments, so it's really easy to manage in your budget.
So there you have it, a quick roadmap to your key policies. Look, really understanding this stuff is the first step to making smart, empowered decisions for your health, your career, and your financial future. So now that you know what's available, the only question is, which area are you going to explore first?